suppose we should start with noon on Saturday. That would have been the first of the month. Second of the month, I'm sorry. Let's play this recording. This is with John Napier.
Hey, you ever fucking spoke some shit about my wife again? I'll fuck you up. You understand me?
It's not okay.
You understand me?
It's not okay to hit me. It is not okay to hit me. You certainly did.
I don't give a fuck what you say. I ain't scared no police, homeboy. I'll fuck you
I
up.
don't care if you're scared or not. I ain't messing with you or your family.
Don't fucking say a word about my fucking wife ever again.
Ain't nobody saying nothing about your
Get the
wife.
fuck out of here. Y'all take it outside of you,
Sorry about that, sir.
What is that from Jordan?
It ain't okay to threaten to kill people either.
That's the ATM.
Can I get 10 on the gas? 3. I talk to you like a man. I'm always trying to talk to someone like a man.
I can see it.
I'm pretty sure talking to me in the back isn't talking to me like a man. I'm pretty sure yelling at me ain't talking to me like a man.
Yeah. No, I have to. You had a good day?
Yeah.
Got 3 minutes.
So, yeah, that's one of the assaults in the last few days. There's also Chris Stafford, who's kept his reign of terror up. So, see what else we've recorded in the last few days. Quite a bit, actually. Let's see, what's this one? Oh, that's from Chris Stafford last night. I don't know exactly where the mic is on this thing. Hopefully you'll be able to hear it. It's not very loud. Try that one more time. He did not hit me this time. He was just driving by. And screaming anti-gay crap at me. Let's see. There are a few of these. This is from, let's see, what day is this? March 4th.
Apparently there's someone yelling at my car about hiring someone to beat them up. Oh, it's Chris Stafford trying to pretend I hired someone to beat him up. 909 PCT.
You fucking little girl stalking piece of shit, motherfucker. Yeah, report me.
I told you.
Cops are gonna fucking laugh at you. You're a piece of shit.
Yep, That literally just
I
happened.
don't
He
fucking
gets out
hear
of this
you,
car.
you fucking
That's Chris Stafford. He assaulted me and threatened my life on multiple occasions. Yep, I told you.
You fucking hired somebody to fucking try to beat my ass.
Ain't nobody trying to hire nobody. Stop! Stop! Get away from me! Get away from me! Get away from me! Get away from me! No, you can't! Get away from me! 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 Get away from me!
Chomo.
This is the Tillamook Library parking lot. I was trying to claim I hired somebody to beat him up. What a fucking nut job. You hearing this goddamn schizophrenic bullshit out of this piece of fucking shit? Jesus fucking Christ. Apparently there's someone yelling in my car about hiring someone to be...
Fucking holy hell, right? That ain't the only one either. There's also, see, is this one of the ones with John Stevens? Yeah, that one, the guy just, obviously it was cold and he was probably going to come up and ask for a cigarette, but it was really cold. Let's see, is this one here? Oh. Maybe this one.
You said I gave out your name on my YouTube channel. I've known your last name for a while. I didn't put out
This is
your
John
name.
Stevens.
The fact
Put
that
it
you
up
were
his last
recording
name
because I
now.
was already recording when you walked up. That's not my fault either. Now, as far as the violence goes, I've told you that I'm not...
And at this point, he was gearing up to get violent. Craig Niles typed, a lot of people seem angry at you. Why do they get mad? Well, because of some slander years ago that resulted in the death of my friend Natalie Bollinger. I wish I had more charging ports on this thing. Oh well. These people try to pretend I'm a pedophile and a rapist and I stalk little girls. And then it makes it okay to harm me, to break my windows, to kick in the side of my vehicle. You know, pretty standard stuff. And of course, there is a lot of it. Then there's the people that promise that they're going to help me. And do they ever come through? Not usually. Let's play the whole thing with John Stevens, though.
You said I gave out your name on my YouTube channel. I've known your last name for a while. I didn't put out your last name. The fact that you were recording because I was already recording when you walked up, that's not my fault either. Now, as far as the violence goes, I've told you that I'm not okay with the violence.
Why are you yelling my name right here? You stop pushing me. Why the fuck are you
Stop
yelling my
pushing
name right
me.
here?
Don't push me, John.
Why do you think I did it? Are you learning your fucking lesson?
There is no lesson to be learned here because you're a buck.
Am I going to learn my lesson? What's the lesson here? Let people bully you? What's the lesson here? Don't speak up when you're abused? What's the lesson here? Destroy evidence because people are unhappy that they happen to be recorded in it, or because they happen to be committing crimes against people. How about just don't commit the crimes against people? There's a difference in pretending you might be harmed and being harmed frequently and often. To hear clearly, I am harmed clearly and often.
Because I'm a violent person. That's right. Ask anybody else if I've ever pushed them. Leave me the fuck
Am I
alone.
pushed?
Meanwhile, I have a video of him where he's pulling out his gun, and I make a joke about it being a air gun. And then he goes and assaults a man, and he got recorded assaulting the man. The man's name is Kyle. He was outside of the Safeway for well over a month. He was juggling and stuff like that, and chipping the sidewalk for some odd reason. Another thing is, for me, what do you think Predator is going to do when I tell them? They're going to say whatever it takes to discredit me. And as a homeless person, that's easy to do. Craig Niles typed, I'd be careful with saying stuff about that guy. About what guy? John Stevens? He didn't like the fact that I said his first name on my channel. Well, after he assaulted me, I gave out his first name, his last name, and of course, a brief description of him. He's skinny. He's bald. Completely bald. He's got a tattoo right here that says life. He's got one right here that's a cross. He's a fentanyl addict. Craig Niles typed the gun one. Oh. Which one? Multiple ones have threatened to shoot me. Including Andrew Wolnez and Robert Franklin Warnick, and of course the one in the van there, the white Chimo van, right? Yeah, I was told, you know what? As long as he keeps doing this stuff, you should just describe it as the white Chimo van. Now here's my question. Are we going to start pretending that everybody who owns a white van is a Chimo? Like, jokes aside, we're all grown adults. We know the difference between a bad joke and a human being. Sure, in the bad jokes, everybody who's a child molester owns a white van, right? And a puppy dog and a bowl full of candy. In reality, somebody owns a white van, they might have to live in the thing. And that's reality. Craig Niles typed, you said someone had a pellet gun, but it was real. I don't know if it was real or not. And that was John Stevens. Now, as far as Chris goes, yes, his guns are very real. As well as the videos on my channel with him stalking a woman named Amanda. There's also the messages from Amanda from literally months and months and months ago warning me about Chris. Anyway, I'd like to be able to get on my YouTube on this phone, but it won't let me get on YouTube at all on it. I don't know what the problem is. Let's finish playing this though, because that's only 35 seconds into it when I paused.
I did leave you alone.
Leave me the fuck
I
alone.
did leave you alone.
Just call me by name, faggot.
That's right. You're gonna call me names. Fine.
See, they always go to that anti-gay crap. Like that makes it okay to assault people.
You know what? Go fuck yourself, Johnny, you fucking chunky piece of shit.
Your name is going on my YouTube channel now.
You said I gave out your name on my YouTube channel. I've known your last name for a while. I didn't put out your...
There he started. Craig Niles type, the guy with the white van, isn't likely a pedo either. Well, see, that's the thing, is that just because Chris Stafford is a piece of shit doesn't make him a pedophile. And a lot of people saying, well, if they're calling you that, you should call them that back. Well, sometimes I do. It depends on the severity. You get to see with Andrew Wolnez, he wanted to physically put his hands on me, get in my face, and make false accusations, knowing full goddamn well that's what he was doing from day one. And he just kept it up, kept on assaulting me and playing victim. Now that right there, yeah, you want to go calling me a pedophile, I will be straight up honest about you. He wanted to come up to my vehicle and scream at me that he got 6 kids. Come to find out he's, well, been in trouble before for child abuse. Imagine that, Andrew Wolnez in trouble for child abuse. Screwed up. Loose weight typed. Usually people accusing innocent someone of something are actually the ones doing the crime they accuse you of. Right? But the thing is, with Andrew Wolnez and all the crap that he's done, he's local and he's had plenty of support. The police have gone out of the way to play word games and head games and talk over me. The little bitch Aaron, who's going to help me before, he's just like most people who promise they're going to help. He's not going to listen to me. He's going to tell me he's going to go do his own private research for 2 weeks. And then he's going to literally ignore me for 2 weeks. And then he's going to get back to me and tell me he's got some special deal I can do. I'll listen to your deal. But the moment you start trying to infer that everything's my fault, that I deserve this, yeah, there's no fucking deals between you and I. There can't be, because you're not trustworthy. Now, the good thing is I was able to get people who actually looked at that stuff, whereas this guy's a Christian. He thought taking me out for a burger and bullshitting me and giving me some daily affirmations and telling me about his addictions. Like that's his version of hell. That doesn't help stop physical assaults by people like Chris Stafford, people like Andrew Wolnez, people like John. And you get to hear John in that. Well, we'll play the second one with John, matter of fact. It's actually in a voicemail because I was talking to a fella when it happened. There's more here too. Like I've got the names of the people that were there and witnesses and a lady to go talk to. And I've got, well, like I said, I've got recordings. All right, there's one from Claire I want to play.
You said I gave out your name on my YouTube channel.
Yep.
I just looked up news for Tillamook since I've been gone, and 3 of those dead bodies were people that could have fucking vouched for me or testified for me. One of them being Kristen. So I guess that solves that. As of October of last year. Get out of there. It just blows my mind how they cling to the whole faggot thing. And then in the same breath, accuse you of being lewd was gross. Like, rub two brain cells together and see if it throws a spark. Because I'm guessing it won't.
Claire Jordan is another victim of the abuse here in Tillamook. She had, all the help that they gave her was non-helpful. The only people that gained from it were the services that were supposed to be rendering, certain services. What they call other services here is just a phone number to a place that's going to give you another service phone number. It's stupid. What she's talking about in the first one that I played is she was going through a lot of abuse here, and there were a lot of witnesses. 3 of those witnesses are dead. Of course, she wants me out of here. The other one was about these people driving by and calling me that homosexual stuff as an excuse to do harm. Let's see, what's the other video? Is this it?
Oh my God, I just watched the video.
No. I guess we could play that one.
Oh my God, I just watched the video you sent me. That's fucking crazy ass shit. That motherfucker says the water's crossed. As long as you have nothing to do with that kind of crap, people should not be fucking accusing other people of doing shit that they fucking didn't do. So fuck that guy, alright? As long as, we're all good as far as
Alright, but where's the one I'm looking for? Because when this happened, there was a guy here who let me see. I think I sent it to him a couple of days ago. Monday, maybe?
oh my God, I just watched
Oh. Let's see. I'll try to go to my channel and see if we can play some more of this, because there is quite a bit. See your channel. Let's see. Maybe it's one of the shorts. Let's see. A lot of what I need to do is go through these and write down the time and some dates of all this stuff again. Oh, come on. See, is this it? It is one of them, but it's not the one I'm looking for. Let's see. One of them's called Help Me Please. This dude, we should go all the way back to the beginning. This could do off his fucking offer. Sweet. No matter where I go, oh, you get just to move somewhere else, just to ignore it, just to forget about it. There's for that video. Craig Niles, did she move away? Yeah, she moved to a different state altogether. She actually had to. All right, so here's what happened. Her children were kidnapped here. They were kidnapped and taken to Florida. And then the people here wanted to promise her if she jumped through all these hoops and jumped through these druggie programs. This is a woman who doesn't do drugs, by the way. They'll help her get her kids back. That wasn't the case. She ended up getting completely screwed over. Craig Niles type kidnapped by who? A man who didn't do good things with those children, I'll say that. He did things to a 14-year-old that you don't do to anybody. She was not his daughter. He did not have any rights or custody. And the fact that the services here, including Jim, you guys have heard Jim on my channel. That's right. They helped that situation to happen. Here is very Republican, conservative, Christian. So we've got a major issue with people like Chris Stafford, who's a felon who's got guns. As far as cursing, you want to call that verbal assault. Really, you don't call it verbal assault when I endure it, do you? Matter of fact, when I'm literally physically assaulted, you don't consider that assault either, which is just nuts. Craig Niles typed, I thought you meant social services. No, I don't mean social services. He also typed Republican is good. Really? Well, that's a blanket statement that's absolutely incorrect. It doesn't matter what political party you affiliate yourself with. It also doesn't matter what your intentions are. What matters is what you follow through with. Now, one of the things with many of these predators is that they do work together. They are organized. The busted windows that I have in my vehicle, the fact that I'm being harassed wherever I move my vehicle, the fact that law enforcement does this no matter where you go. And then you guys want to blame me for being homeless and say we chose it. That's right, all homeless people must be junkies who chose homelessness, huh? Kind of like you pretend that all homeless people are junkies who are out to touch your children, huh? Fucking nut jobs. Meanwhile, Chris Stafford has an actual history of actual abuse, actual assaults. There's a man who had the chance and opportunity to go to his court dates. Something that I was robbed of. I was robbed of my right to show evidence, my right to face my accusers over and over again. All they had to do was say mentally ill and it's all okay. Before they found Natalie's killer, I had to go through so many assaults by law enforcement, and they had to keep on letting me go. And since then, I've had to endure so many assaults by law enforcement, and they keep on having to let me go. They shouldn't be assaulting me. Craig Niles wants to do the small-minded thing and type stuff as if his solution is going to fix it. Literally, everybody has the same retarded solution when it comes to this one. It's a retarded solution. It's a stupid solution. It's a slow solution. Why don't I just magic up money and do what it is that this guy who doesn't know much about any of this? Well, then why are you making suggestions instead of listening? Why? Why are we making this video about you? Craig Niles typed, I don't know much about any of this, but I wouldn't want to be there with all those assaults. That's right. Well, I had to do that BS in Hood River. I had to deal with it in the Dalles, Oregon. I had to deal with it in Boulder, Colorado. I had to deal with it in Aurora, Colorado, and Chapel, Nebraska, and Bristol, Tennessee, and Bristol, Virginia, and Abingdon, Virginia, and Rawlins, Wyoming, all over the death of Natalie Bollinger because it's a very popular thing on the internet. Also, when it first happened, most of the people that I knew were within Denver news range, and Natalie's disappearance and death were both on the news. People wanted to paint me as some horrible monster. In reality, I'm more of a victim of this than Natalie could ever have hoped to be. Because while she was pretending that I stalked her, people actually were stalking me. While she pretended like I might hurt her, people actually were hurting me. While she wanted to complain that me exposing her dad made things way worse with her family. The fact is, her not coming forward and telling the truth. When she knew what was going on, she still didn't tell the truth. Instead, she was so ashamed she had somebody blow her head off. I want you to imagine that. These people protected their predators because their predators were family. Who are the majority of Andrew Wolnez's victims? Seems to me former intimate partners and his own children. Now, I would not accuse Andrew Wolnez of molesting one of his children because none of his children have told me that he molested them. But he wanted to claim I accused him of molesting his children. No, I just called him a pedophile because he wanted to call me a pedophile and thought it was an excuse to assault me, just like these people think calling me gay gives them an excuse to assault me. You also get to see how none of these people try to help turn it in. Most of them tell me just to move away, which is a dumb solution. Where am I going to move to? You're going to tell me to move out of the country? You're going to pay for me to move out of the country? I'm disabled. Am I going to get disability in another country? Am I going to be abused in another country? You should look up Natalie Bollinger. You can find that in French, German, Spanish, English, Russian. Craig Niles type JFC. Loose weight type 1 is the next court date, and who is it against? The next court date is tomorrow against Andrew Wolnez. But I don't have anything prepared because I've been running around in circles for all these things that are supposed to help me that are literally just wasting my time. There's another assault by John Stevens on here that I wanted to play for you. By the way, it's a whole bunch of this. Like, it's a whole bunch of that for literally weeks. Let's see. Tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Claire didn't just move out of the state. She was in Colorado when Natalie Bollinger was killed, by the way. She was also in Tillamook up here. Bullshit started here in Tillamook. So, yeah. Oh, come on. I'm trying to find that audio recording. That ain't it. You see how it takes time to go through all this, right?
All right, let me give you the lowdown. Okay, dude, so what I got? Apparently there's so...
Yeah. I think it was that morning, possibly, that John had assaulted me.
I do realize this all yes, I'm aware of that. All right, we're going to stop because you can't stop. You can talk. There's a guy in there. See, the problem is this guy has already assumed that
That's not it.
some of those people.
I'm trying to find a very specific voice call.
Well, This is my video log for the immediate afternoon. I've seen Chris Stafford, so I'm use the excuse of positive $20.
Let me see.
I just looked up.
All right, we got to hear that one already. That's Claire talking about the dead people.
Alright, so well, for starters, since after that, there's all
Sorry. See, it takes a while to go through all this. This is just in one email thing with me, or in one text string with me. Craig Niles' type. She knew before, so confusing all this. Yeah, it's confusing. It's even more confusing when you keep typing instead of listening. What I'm doing right now is trying to document the fact that I'm trying to put my evidence up. That's what I'm doing. I'm not trying to answer your questions, and I don't care if you're confused. I don't give two turds if you're confused. I don't care.
some of those. I do realize this. Yes, I'm aware of that. See, the problem is this guy has already assumed that the cops are in the right and I'm in the wrong, and he wants me to, before he's willing to listen to me, as if I'm an.
I want to talk about that dipshit, actually.
Exactly, he should have just recorded it with me. I want you to imagine this. Alright, so through all it.
Alright, come on. Where the hell is it? See, that's one of the things about having to pull up all the evidence and show it to people and record it. And when you get done sending a whole bunch to a person who doesn't do anything, you got to try to send it to somebody else who might do something. And when they don't, you have to try to send it to somebody else who probably won't do something. So, of course, you keep going through and trying to record the evidence and send it to at least somebody, right? I know that one of these was early in the morning. And I did see it's different. No. Oh, come on.
It just blows my mind how they clean the whole wagon in the same breath.
Mm-mm. I'm not sure where it went. It's literally one of the recordings that I made to him, so it's in here somewhere. Let's see. When did that happen with John? That would have been If I can pick the right day, I might be able to pick the right video.
Oh my.
No, that ain't it.
I am in so much fucking pain right now. I'm gonna try to.
That ain't it. God, where the fuck is it? I might have sent it to Claire. I don't think I did though.
Exactly. He should have just reported it with me. But this guy Aaron is not a mandated reporter. He's just a church-going folks. But the thing is, if he listened to what the police had to say,
I think it would have been Monday in the morning.
see, the problem is this guy has already assumed that the cops are in the right. I realize this. Yes, I'm aware of that.
Maybe it's this one.
Some of those people were crazy fanatics, but for the most part, that was anger wolnez.
That was one of the videos with Andrew. God, where the fuck is it?
Well, for starters, since you went to the DOJ, you make. After that, there's always the newspapers, the Oregon Department of Justice. All right, so there's a guy named Chris Stafford, who's one of my stalkers. He's one of the ones I sent to evidence.
Alright. So at least I have evidence that I did let somebody know about that on multiple occasions.
I just looked up news for Tillamook since I've been gone, and 3 of those dead bodies were people that could have fucking vouched for me or testified for me.
Loose Wade is typing stuff. Dude, I've been doing this for 7 years. Do you really fucking think that I'm mentally retarded and you can type Captain Obvious shit? I've been doing all of this. What I don't have is a friend or family member to turn it in with me. I've sent this evidence to all of these people. All of these people can turn it in. I literally can't. They have to turn it in showing that they care about my well-being, or I get the mentally ill tag is used to harm me over and over again. No matter how many times you tell me to send this to myself and that to myself, it doesn't matter. There are a lot of things that I've been doing that no matter how many times you type this same useless bullshit that everybody else types, the fact is it's not help. Are you listening to me, or are you listening to make suggestions that everybody else has already made? Okay, are you helping with these things, or are you suggesting over and over again? That's the problem. This has got nothing to do with you, Loose Weight. Nothing to do with you. Are you helping to turn these videos in? Then no, you don't get to have an opinion. God, that is a lot of fucking bullshit.
Okay, so right now, the guy that has been sort of helping me, he's a really bad. Meanwhile, all of my evidence.
Come on.
Nobody's verbally assaulting you. You're just a little bitch. You want me to stop cursing at you? Stop lying to me? Stop.
Those are some pretty good points to make. What do you think? Here it is.
I'm leaving, Jones.
This is the second assault by Jones Stevens in the morning.
And assaulting me.
Looks like Monday, right after 6:15 a.m.
Just get the hell away from me. You don't get to assault me, dude. I don't give a fuck what your excuse is. Nobody fucking assaulted you or harassed you, asshole. Nobody fucking touched you.
Yeah?
You fucking junky piece of shit. See, now you're being a fucking junky piece of shit even more. Get the fuck away from me, you sick fucking junkie. You stop. Stop following me. Stop following me. Stop following me. Stop following me. Stop.
Sorry, I'm making sure I share it real quick. All right.
I'm leaving, Jones. You don't need to come walk by me after antagonizing me and assaulting me. Just get the hell away from me. You don't get to assault me, dude. I don't give a fuck what your excuse is. Nobody fucking assaulted you or harassed you, asshole. Nobody fucking touched you.
Yeah?
You fucking junky piece of shit. See, now you're being a fucking junky piece of shit even more. Get the fuck away from me, you sick fucking junkie. You stop. Stop following me. 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 You assaulted me. Leave me alone. Stop following me. Fuck! John, get off of me! That is the second time you fucking assaulted me.
It just blows my mind how they cling to the whole faggot thing, and then in the same breath accuse you of being lewd with clothes. Like, rub two brain cells together and see if it throws a spark. I'm guessing it won't.
Meanwhile, I gotta find a way to move my car. Sounds like fun, don't it? These guys keep harassing the library. They work together as a group. Is there anything more disgusting than people in Tillamook? Well, yeah. Just not much. Is there any good people in Tillamook? There's nice people. I don't know about good people. Let's see, what else do we have in these audio files? Suppose we should go back to 3 minutes, 38 seconds into one of the videos with John. This is with a different John Napier.
I don't give a fuck what you say.
Well, maybe not all right, but I'm still breathing.
Oh. Hey, you ever fucking talk some shit about my wife again? I'll fuck you up. You understand me?
It's not okay.
You understand me?
It's not okay to hit me. It is not okay to hit me. You
Let's
certainly
do
did.
something. I don't give a fuck what you say. I ain't scared of no police, homeboy. I'll fuck you
I
up.
don't care if you're scared or not. I ain't messing with you or your family.
Don't fucking say a word about my fucking wife ever again.
Ain't nobody saying nothing about your
Get the
wife.
fuck out of here. Y'all thinking outside if you can do it?
Sorry about that, sir.
His wife's name is Cynthia. And because of the safety issues, and because I don't have anyone to turn this into the police with me, and the people who've said that they will have not sent anything into the police, let me see, I sent to her, it was on Saturday, I sent to her, your husband assaulted me and threatened to kill me today, so I have to press charges. I'm still trying to keep your number private, but I can't do the same thing about your husband because he put his hands on me. So I did let her know. Now, Cynthia is one of the witnesses to the situation with Andrew Wolnez. She told me that her husband is friends with Andrew Wolnez, and she'll talk to her husband and have Andrew stop. Well, Andrew didn't stop. So I continue to speak up. He's done this more than once. The witnesses actually have to give a shit about the victim. There's also her daughter, Mona. And of course, she let me know quite a bit too. And I sent her quite a bit of evidence as well. Let's see, this one says, for me it says, I figured since she had you give me her number, she wasn't going to harm me. I was worried at first. Obviously, I ain't out to hurt Andrew. Ain't. AIN apostrophe A. Ain't. It's a southern word, apparently. We use it all over. But that means that I am not. It says, obviously, I ain't out to hurt Andrew. My taser and bear mace are unused. Mona typed back, please use them if you need to. Though, Sean, my mom has something that'll help with your case against Wolnez. Now, what did that end up being? She claimed that on her dad's phone, that's the one that I just played the audio recording of him assaulting me. Yeah. In that video, or in that audio recording there, that dude, that's Andrew Wolnez's friend. The guy that Cynthia was wanting to have beat up Andrew Wolnez, and I repeatedly asked her not to. Please don't go to violence. She believed that getting violent with him might stop him from going to prison. There's also a lot of things that Cynthia and daughter wanted to do that were very kind. But because the situation did not work out so good. She also sent me some stuff from one of his daughters. He showed her some of the threats that I've been receiving. There's also the stuff from Andrew Wolnez's daughter herself. Craig Niles typed, someone stopped. That's a plus, isn't it? Actually, none of these people have stopped. For a few brief moments, they've stopped, but they always pick it back up again. Like somebody might throw a rock through my window, and they might not throw anything through my window for a whole nother week. They might only drive by my car every day screaming the N-word at me or calling me a homosexual. Does that mean that I shouldn't still have to be afraid of them throwing rocks through, given that is one of their behaviors and they continue it over and over again? Now what'll happen if I throw a rock? My ass is going to jail. Isn't that right? There was a young lady who was going to help me the other day, and she didn't. There was a lady who was going to help me yesterday, and she actually did help a little bit when she was able. Today she was going to help me some more, but she had to go to the hospital. It happens. Anyway, I'm going to go have part of a cigarette, and then I'm going to make a couple calls to try to see if I can get my vehicle moved. Oh yeah, I should probably put the Cash App thing in there. All right, that's my Cash App thingy. I don't expect to make $1 million by any means. Let's see what other stuff we have on here. Like I said, one of those is the assault by John Napier on Saturday at noon at the Shell station here in Tillamook. And it is on camera at the Shell station as well as being audio recorded here. So yeah, I got some pieces of paper to fill out for protection orders against those people, of course. It's a bunch of bullshit. Craig Niles typed, "You're caught between a rock and a hard place, which is tough." Yeah, that's still I am well aware. That's some Captain Obvious stuff, but it's not the birds and shiny happy flowers bullshit that most people type. Oh, Sean, it'll get better. Well, how do you know? Sean, you just need to love yourself. Well, how do you know I don't love myself? Sean, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Well, what purpose do I have for having a bird in my hand? What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? I don't care about the price of tea in China either. You know why? because the price of tea in China has nothing to do with me being abused here in the United States in Tillamook, motherfucking Oregon. Right, Craig? So, of course, what you type there, yeah, it's some Captain Obvious stuff, but it does fit the situation. It does actually apply to the situation. It's not just pretty words. Yeah, I'm stuck in a real tough place, and you can speak up. Loose weight can speak up. Let's see. Loose weight typed. I apologize, sir. I am not supposed to have fun where I am. Recovery. Loose weight typed. You being sober. Many of these attackers are drug users. I hope the judge can figure this out tomorrow. The judge doesn't give two shits. It's a lot different for a guy going to court than it is for a woman. Much of the stuff that you type, you might be a guy, but I just assume that you're a woman because of many of your opinions and the way that you present things. You present things as somebody who has at least some luck in getting listened to. And that tends to be, if you have some luck being listened to, you're probably a poor woman. If you've got a lot of luck being listened to, you're probably a rich woman or very good looking. And unfortunately, those are two of the driving factors in nearly all human decisions. Yeah. Of course, that's where 30% of us who are autistic are different. 30% of us are not interested in the least in sex. We don't want to breed with any of you. We don't want to have children with anyone. Some of us will love children, but refuse on moral grounds because we realize the world that we live in. This group of papers right here is what Mandy Singer called the Prison Bible. This is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kites that I wrote while incarcerated in Lincoln Prison. Yeah. That's right. I was in prison in Lincoln, Nebraska. They also had to let me out due to lack of evidence. That's right. And how many of the officers involved in those situations ended up getting arrested? Well, let's look at Michelle Quinn, Garden County Sheriff, Garden County, Nebraska. How about Polly Olson, the Dual County Clerk? How about Sarah Nelson Torciello, the Assistant Warden at the Lincoln Correction Center? Let's talk about Michelle Decini. Michelle Decini and Sarah Nelson Torciello were both charged with the same things: sexual assault against an inmate. Imagine that. Yeah, and I get treated like I'm crazy. Here's a video URL for you. This is one of the situations with Chris Stafford. All right, adios, folks. Good to be with you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and your sister's keeper too, and no victim left behind.